Good morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name is Ross, and as always, told out of voice of radio, so today we need to have a chat about some fossil Pokemon. It's fossil time, ladies and gentlemen. It is full-on fossil time. Yay! And we've got a new Pokemon V to look at as well, while we're having a look at the fossils, while it is fossil time, and that makes me very, very happy indeed. So let's start off there. Seems only right, doesn't it? Let's start off having a little bit of a look at Omastar V. And of course, this is probably the last set where we're getting new Pokemon V. Well, it's the last main set, but there is going to be that V-Star Universe set. Maybe there'll be some new Pokemon V in there, but we are running out of time. So if you're an Omastar fan, you got it in right under the wire. So Omastar V then, 190 HP is terrible. It is full-on terrible. But it's got a really nice attack for one colourless energy that lets you search your deck for up to 2 Pokemon that evolve from item cards that have the word fossil in their name and put them onto your bench. Bearing in mind, of course, that that's kind of the whole point of fossil Pokemon, that they do evolve from item cards that have fossil in their name. So I'm going to show you a new one in a moment, but remember, I showed you just the other day, I showed you Archon. And Archeops evolves therefrom. And Archeops has got that redonkulous ability that lets you search your deck for 2 special energy and attach them to your Pokemon. It's ridiculous. So actually, this could work really rather nicely here. Basically, what you're doing is getting 2 Archon out, so you can then evolve up into Archeops and then take advantage of all that lovely special energy. It's clearly awesome. That's one nice option. We got another one I'm going to have a look at in just a minute. But then we got all the others. And that's one thing that's really important to note here. There will be more. There's been a real theme this weekend talking about these cards that are going to get better in the future when more stuff comes out. Because this isn't just fossil Pokemon. It is, or restored Pokemon, if you want to use a real term, that are out now. It's any that might be coming around in the future, and that makes me super, super happy indeed. No, I'm lying to you, they don't call them restored Pokemon anymore. They stopped that years ago. Sorry! But we do have the Pokemon. There was the Bastiodon and Rampardos that came around in Astral Radiance, and the Rampardos is actually kind of interesting. That's the one that just does 240. So that's one to kind of keep your eye on. That one's kind of cool. Of course, it does fail if your opponent has 3 or fewer cards in their hand, which is kind of annoying, but hey-ho, it's not the end of the world. And, of course, we got the full run in Darkness Ablaze, and yes, I know Darkness Ablaze is going to be rotating out early next year, but it's not rotated out yet. So you know what? Maybe, ladies and gentlemen, maybe we got a little bit of time here. I mean, for me, the one which I like the most of the 4, I really like the Dracovish, whereby if it's in the active spot, your opponent can't evolve their Pokemon. I don't know how often that's actually going to work, but if you can get that out nice and early against, you know, V-Star and V-Max decks, and then they can't V-Star and V-Max, maybe. It's kind of rubbish, though, and it's got to be active. But still, I like it. It's kind of fun. Point is, there will be more in the future, so, you know, this can take advantage of all of those. So it gets out the stage 1s so that you can then get the stage 2s rolling in the future. Nice. Although, to be fair, stuff like Dracovish is a stage 1 in and of itself. So, with all of that borne in mind, it's cool. Nice attack, single colourless energy. You can work with anything. If you're playing a fossil deck, it's nice, but do also remember that you basically leave it in the active, get your Pokemon out, and then you're taking a hit, and you've only got 190 HP. So there are going to be a lot of games where you get your 2 basics out, or your 2 stage 1s out, and then get KO'd and give up 2 prizes. It might not be worth it. I do, however, like Water Double Colourless 110. If the defending Pokemon is an evolution, it can't attack during your opponent's next turn. And yes, to answer the question some of you are going to have right now, yes, V-Star Pokemon are evolution, because it literally says in the top left-hand corner of any Pokemon V-Star, evolves from so-and-so V. So no, we don't need to ask the question here. It's very, very straightforward. It 100% is an evolution, because it literally says it right there. Good. Good. So, this will stop Pokemon V-Star attacking. Oh. That's pretty good. That seems kind of nice. That could be fun. VMAX are obviously also evolutions, same deal. So, again, we got a nice situation there where you can stop them attacking, which is kind of cool, I suppose. I like this. Against some decks, this is going to work. Now, it is the defending Pokemon, so to put it simply, your opponent can switch or retreat. And if your opponent does switch or retreat, then unfortunately at that stage, they will just be able to attack again. Which is really annoying. It's really annoying. But there is a way around it, unfortunately. There's not really much we can do about it. So look, you've been warned. It is as it is. You can like this, you can not like this. It's completely up to you, honestly. But it doesn't really matter one way or the other. It is the way it is. This is just it. Yay. So it's a nice attack. It's a really useful attack. But it's not always going to work. And your opponent can get around it. So, you know, take it as it is, quite frankly. Really nice first attack, but you might then just get KO'd straight away. And then kind of nice second attack, but it can be got around. It's useful, but there are big downsides. You know, the first attack could just give up 2 prizes. The second attack, your opponent can retreat out of. There's ways, it's a bit of a problem. Now, we do have a new Armaldo here, but before we get to that, we need to talk about the new Anorith. And it's not just because of the lovely Mitsuhiro Arita artwork, though I do want to show that off. It's also because for a double colorless energy, a twin energy is the best one to use here. You may discard an unidentified fossil from your hand. If you do, this attack does 120 more damage. Yeah. So, what you've got here is a stage 1, but it can be gotten out with Omastar. But then for 2 energy, does 150 for 1 energy attachment. That's, like, really good. It's also kind of a hilarious counter to Arceus. This, like, fully wrecks Arceus, which is kind of hilarious. It's also got 90 HP, and here's my problem, right? You're either playing it with the fossil, which we all know is awkward, or you're playing it with Omastar V, and like I've said, that could be giving up 2 prizes. So no matter how you get this in play, it's awkward to get this into play, and then it's got 90 HP and gets KO'd really easily. So as much as I love this attack and find it kind of hilarious, and I do, we do need to be really conscious of the fact that it's weak, alright? It's very weak. As we get up to our Armaldo here, we've got 2 fighting, 1 colorless, 160, nobody cares. But 1 colorless energy, if your opponent's active Pokemon's remaining HP is 100 or less, instant KO. And again, a stage 2 that evolves from a fossil is like the most awkward Pokemon to get out in the game. But it is made significantly more easy with your Omastar, because you essentially get your Anorith out and then just evolve up and you're good. So this is nice. And remember, there is a Pokemon tool card I showed you a couple of weeks ago. And it's one of those ones that gives a V-Star power to your Pokemon. And the V-Star power it gives you is an attack for 3 colorless energy that puts damage count on all of your opponent's Pokemon V, yes, that includes V-Star and V-Max, until they got 100 HP remaining. So look, this is super awkward. I'm not going to pretend it's not super awkward, because it is, as previously mentioned, super awkward. But there is a world here in which you get that V-Star attack off, and then you've got a couple of Armaldo from your Omastar, and you're not too far behind in the game, and this is the problem, having to use Omastar's attack to get your fossils out, having to use a V-Star power to bring them all down to 100 HP remaining. It's awkward, right? But you then just start KOing for a single energy of all your Armaldo and just win the game. Yes, against low HP Pokemon, like for instance Comfey, this will just be an instant KO, but instant KO on Pokemon with 100 or less HP, it's not exactly that impressive now, is it? You have been warned. Either way, I like this attack, but it's like we kind of said with Omastar. It's a really nice attack, but there are significant downsides. Because you've got to use that V-Star power to set this up, and then you've got to actually have your Armaldo out. It is kind of awkward. And then we do have one Relicanth here that we do need to mention just quickly. 90 HP is extremely low, but do remember 90 HP also gives you access to Level Ball, which is, it's a nice little bonus. That's quite cool. And then what we've got here is water colorless 30 damage plus sleep. I don't know if I mentioned the translation from Antoine Boulet and myself, but they are. Sorry if I didn't mention that already. So we've got 38 damage and sleep. No, rubbish. 2 energy. No. But then what we've got is for 1 colorless energy, choose up to 4 in any combination of unidentified fossil and rare fossil. They're the fossils you'll be using in a fossil deck. Reveal them and shuffle them into your deck. It's fine. But no. I do kind of like the combo here with Anorith that you can get your unidentified fossil back to then start doing more damage. But again, Anorith itself's got 90 HP and is going to be giving up prizes left, right, and center. If you start combining that with giving up super easy prizes when you're using Relicanth, it's just not going to work. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I'm giving this whole business between 3 and 4 wassies. We don't give half wassies. That would be barbaric. And honestly, I think I might be being a little bit too generous. I like all of this, except Relicanth. Relicanth's kind of pointless. I like this, but everything I've told you's just got too many downsides. Omastar's first attack is good, but you might be giving up 2 prizes to use it. The second attack is good, but your opponent can retreat or switch out of it. Anorith's attack is great, but it takes some setup, and then you've only got 90 HP. And Armaldo's attack is great, but it just takes too much setup. And you basically end up with all of this being a bit something and nothing. I like it. I just worry it's not going to work. I'd love to be wrong, though, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to be wrong. For now, I want to know what you think about all of this, so let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWassy. That's where we talk Pokemon and card games and Pokemon card games and all that good stuff. And do please consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, or answer all of your questions, where you can join in discussion over on our Discord, or just get shoutouts like the lovely Star of Dav, who is one of our newer supporters and is a very lovely person indeed. So yeah, thanks for support and thanks for being a lovely person. But by far the most important thing as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.